We are recording. It's September the 20th. Welcome, Sparkling Stars, to our Team Training and Connection call. Tonight is going to be probably a little bit different because I literally got back at midnight last night. So we are going to take Q&A at the end. And we'll have plenty of time for that. So you have questions that you're thinking of, be thinking of them, and we'll take them at the end. I am going to go over some reminders tonight. I'm going to talk about maybe an announcement, I think, that hasn't been announced to the field yet. I'm going to recap my amazing trip that we just got home from and kind of give you some pointers if you want to work towards something like that. And then I have a special announcement for all of our new girls that are in Start Swell. So those are kind of the things that we're going to talk about tonight. You can't see me? I don't know why you can't see me. Who else can't see me? I'm going to mute everybody here. Can anybody else see me? Can you hear me? Thought you can see me. There you are. Okay, good. Okay, before we start, since I've been away, I want to know what you're celebrating. Okay, thank you, Jen. Tell me something you're celebrating. What are you celebrating today? I am celebrating that I'm still awake because I'm really tired. But I'm also celebrating that I booked a party in December, which is kind of crazy, but I really did book a party in December today. What are you celebrating? You can use the chat box. Chat away. I know y'all have stuff to celebrate. I know Christine does. I know Martha does. I know all of you have something. You're alive. Martha is promoting to senior consultant, so that's exciting. Yeah, you have something to celebrate. Remember? Oh, yeah. Okay, who has something to celebrate? It could be that you got your kids to bed early. What are you celebrating, ladies? My brain is mush. Tell me. Oh, we got to do better at the celebrating. You girls, okay, think about it as I start to talk, but you girls, I know. My brain is on vacation. My brain is not here. No, okay, girls, I know you have something to celebrate. I'm going to call you out if you did not start chatting. You are on this call tonight. You had a great home party on. Thank you, Kelsey. Way to step outside the box and share. I'm glad you had a great home party. And Christine, you have something to celebrate too. You earned Start Swell and you qualified. See, I know, girls. I watch. I love that you're celebrating, Martha, too. Okay, keep celebrating. Let's go ahead and talk about some reminders. How about that? So I'm not going to be able to see both screens at the same time. Okay, so. It doesn't really share with me. You too. Okay. Who registered for Better Together? We have Better Together starting in October. I missed the date of the cutoff for registration. I did not send a reminder out because I was out of the country. But if you still want to go to one, I'm sure that the meetings are available and have room. You'll just have to contact the leader of the meeting that you are wanting to go to. Okay. So, I've had people reach out to me about mine, and I know we're not even sure where we're going to have ours depending on the final count of people who registered. And so if you didn't get a chance to register and you find one in your area, go ahead and reach out to that leader or myself or whoever you're wanting to reach out to, and we'll try and make something happen. Where are we doing it? We don't know. I don't know that yet, Martha. The website was down for leaders today, so I can't even see how many have registered. Until I can see the count, I won't know that for sure. But I'll be emailing everybody for mine. Mine is going to be on October 3rd at 7 p.m. in the Liberty area, but I just don't know the exact location. Okay, what else do we got going on here? There is an opportunity webinar for anybody who is potentially thinking about joining 31. Those happen every Thursday, but I just want to put a reminder out there that that's happening this Thursday. And then the 411 email is coming out again every Monday. If you've not ordered holiday gift guides, those are now available to order on Business Supplies. We also have the Stand Strong for Her Tervis tumbler, which I ordered mine, and I think it comes on Friday. And so those are now available to purchase as well. And what I love is that those Tervis tumblers are something we can carry and share with others about how we are committed to donating $75,000 to Nationwide Children's Hospital in October, which is helping to fund preventative care for girls that have behavioral health issues. And so also in the month of September, for everyone who rounds up, the roundup portion is going to go towards that cause. So it's something that is, for me, near and dear to my heart. And if you've not checked out the YouTube videos, there is not, okay, so I know she said, Martha said she couldn't find it. It is on Business Supplies when you go to consultant supplies as far as business orders, but there's no picture of the tumbler. It's just the wording. So it's there. I checked it today before I left the office this afternoon, and it is there. There's just no picture. So yep, so look for the wording and you'll find it. If you want to know more information about Girls Take Flight, there's a video out, and you can actually find it under, go to 31today.com, go to Scoop, select 31 Gives, and then select Girls Take Flight. And so that's something that I am definitely sharing at all of my parties. There is even a beautiful flyer that they've created for us about that the stats of on average, a girl's self-esteem peaks at the age of 9, that 50% of all mental illness starts by the age of 14, that girls are 2 times as likely as boys to suffer from depression and eating disorders, and this is why we have partnered with them. So even on my Facebook parties, I am making a point of sharing this and making a point about talking about the roundups. And so just encourage you all to not forget about that, because it's super important. It's part of our mission. And yeah, so that's that. Okay, what else do we need to tell you, girls? Dream Rewards ends on September 30th, so you still have some time if you are working towards one of the levels of Dream Rewards. And your tracker is on the homepage of 31today.com, so you should see what points you're at when you log in. If you've not checked out the latest Inspire, Kate talked about 31-minute calls are going to be coming back. So most of you probably on this call tonight, let's see if I know. I don't think any of you were any of you around. Dottie may have been around for 31-minute calls when they used to be out. I mean, I know you guys, we haven't done a live 31-minute call for quite a while. So home office is bringing those back. And what I love, when I first started 31, like 6 years ago, they would have the upper level leaders share things with us on a 31-minute call. So the point of a 31-minute call is that it's no longer than 31 minutes. It is a training call live that home office provides for us, and the topics range from everything. And I know Lou talked with us leaders today that there's going to be topics such as Facebook parties and growing your team and bookings and all those topics that we all look towards. And it's not that we want to stop doing our team trainings, but that's just another great free training that home office is now offering. So they're going to start back up again. And of course, they'll always be recorded, and then they will be posted on TOT. So it's a really great tool or training opportunity that 31 is giving us, and I love that they're bringing them back, because we have some amazing leaders in the field that have such vast knowledge of information, and it's awesome that we don't have to pay for it, right? So that is coming back, and then next week there's going to be some more announcements come out. So you're going to want to be watching those Inspire videos that Kate shares. And I love that she shares things like how to use a large utility tote, what's your favorite embroidery, and things like that. And she's on Facebook, so be sure and follow her. Any questions about reminders? We still have the large utility tote and the stand tall insert on special. If you are like me, I have yet to do parties this month because I booked at the end of the month, which I don't typically like to do, but that's just the way the month fell. And so I have a lot of parties still open, and my goal is to try and get everything closed out by Monday or Tuesday of next week, so I'm not stressing on Thursday and Friday. At this time, all prints are still available, but they did tell us that the special is very popular, and this month is going extremely well. So I would encourage you, if you've got parties these next couple of days or even this weekend, I know I have one this weekend, and then I have a bunch of online parties going on, try to get them closed out, I would say Wednesday, Thursday at the very, very latest, because you don't want to get stressed out on Friday, right? Okay. You want to do another Saturday training like we did last year, Dana? I am working on that, Martha, for something for the spring. I'm going to be in Omaha area on the 23rd, which is a Sunday, but I am going to be up in Omaha to work with our Omaha girls and anybody else that wants to come. It's kind of a last minute thing. So that's something that I am working on for the spring though, so stay tuned for that. Yay. Okay, so I know y'all want to know some exciting things that Hamafa shared with us today. So let me pull all my notes back up here. Again, this I don't think is out in the field. Let's see. So the leadership incentive trip information, again, is going to be out next week. So I posted that. Some of the things that they shared with us, and I'm super excited about, is, you know how we have in the catalog, let me just grab mine real quick here, one of mine. Okay, so in the catalog in the back are our fabulous Hostess exclusives, right? So we have different price points. Every season when we have a catalog come out, Home Office provides us with different price points for the Hostess exclusives. So we have everything from the mystery bundle that's $25 to the roller that's $55, the expanded tote that's $35, the statement wall art that's $45, and the statement wall art that's $25. What they have found when they were talking with us this morning as leaders is that the $25 wall art isn't doing quite as well as what they expected it to do. And the $25 option really isn't being taken as much as what they expected it to be taken as far as Hostess exclusives. So starting October the 1st, they're going to give us an additional Hostess exclusive to offer to our hostesses at a $25 price point. So it's pretty exciting that they're going to do this for us. So my question to you is, do you want to know what it is? Because I know what it is. You got to share your excitement here. I know you want to know. Jen wants to know. Dottie wants to know. Kelsey, yeah, I know you want to know. Okay, so for a $25 price point, starting October through January, so through the end of this catalog, your hostesses will have another option as a Hostess exclusive. It will be a medium utility tote bundle. Let me say that again. A medium utility tote bundle. The bundle will include a medium utility tote in either the, I don't remember the name of it, but it's the snowman print that we had last year. And there's 2 other prints. So there's 3 prints total that they'll get to choose from. They will also get an insert and a lid, all for $25 by hosting October through January, okay? And that will include that personalization, just like it does on any of the other Hostess exclusives. So seriously, amazing offers. So those women who may have said, oh, I didn't get that medium utility tote, that is another opportunity for them to host. So yeah, it is very cool. It's so amazing that Home Office is doing this for us. On top of this, don't forget, and I know I mentioned this on my call before I left on our trip, that our hostesses are going to get an opportunity to shop the outlet sale before anyone else in December. Now, we don't know the December outlet sale dates yet, but if they are a hostess between now and the end of December, they get extra perks and they get a special shopping time before the public. So that's just another thing to kind of entice people to host a party between now and December, right? And then something else that home office is going to be doing starting in October, and again, this will all be out on TOT probably within the next week or so, but I'm just going to give you guys a heads up because we were told as leaders today. They have found that there has been quite a request on our pillows for some additional personalization options. So starting in October, they are going to be doing pillows not only with the canvas, not only with the ink, but they're going to do some personalization with embroidery. So that's pretty exciting. Not all embroidery options will be available on the pillows, but some of the things that they talked about were like the big and embroidery that we offer. What were the other ones? The love embroidery option that we offer, and a couple other things. So home office is listening to us and our customers in that request. So that's kind of exciting to me because I know I've had people that have requested things like that. And so that's something else that's going to start being offered in October, okay? So just wanted to give you guys a heads up about that too. So Kate also has shared with us that she has some surprises up her sleeve. So she's going to be announcing some more things on the Inspire next week and then in the weeks to come. So you're going to want to stay tuned to that again. And then the other thing that they shared with us today, and I do not have any screen shares because I was on my phone, is that there are going to be some enhancements to our websites. And the way this is going to work, and I was trying to understand it all, is when somebody goes to like 31gifts.com and they don't have a consultant, they have to find a consultant before they can even start shopping online. Home office has decided to do something a little bit differently. So what they're doing is allowing them to shop first. When they go to checkout, then they can ask and request a consultant or find the consultant that they typically use. So that's one of the enhancements. Apparently there's some other ones coming out, but that's one of the ones that they told us about today. So those are some of the things that we learned this morning on our leadership call. So any questions about any of that? No questions. Okay, now my fun part. So this isn't really training. This is just a leadership incentive recap. So I have all my goodies here that I'm going to show you. I took a picture, but I thought it might be fun to show you and to kind of share with you about this leadership incentive trip. Now, I felt like I needed to put a little disclaimer out there. I know Sarah and Julianne and Charlene and I would all agree on this. They're not on the call tonight, able to be on this call. But this is something that I know that they would feel and agree with me totally on. I think sometimes consultants on our team or even consultants who are not on our team feel like these trips are unreachable, or they are scared to be, it's called leadership incentive trips. So they're like, oh, I can never do what Dana does, or I can never do what Sarah does, or I can never do what Julianne does, or Charlene does, okay? Or I can never be a Kim Washington who's an NAD. There are brand new consultants who were not leaders last year when they started working towards the trip we just went on, and they promoted to leadership. Leadership in 31 is not what I do. Okay, so I just felt like I need to put a little disclaimer out there because I realize I'm on Facebook a lot, posting videos, ideas, sharing, all that stuff. I also know I have a beautiful office that my husband has built me, but that's not a requirement of being a leader in 31. Being a leader in 31, all the requirement that is required of you is to encourage the people that you have join your team, celebrate them, and continue to book, sell, and recruit. And then we do have some sales quotas, but that's not something that is complicated or over the top, unachievable or unattainable. So I feel like I should just put that out there because what I do is not a typical 31 leader job. It's not a requirement. All the trainings that I do, all the woohoos that I do, all that kind of stuff, it's just something that I'm passionate about and that I love. But to be a director in 31, it is not a requirement. It is not something you have to do. So I just want to make sure everybody understands that, because anybody can earn these trips. I'm telling you this right now because this is my 5th free trip. 5th. And if you had told me before I joined 31, if I actually thought that I could earn a free vacation, I probably would have told you no, because I didn't know anyone in direct sales that actually earned anything that somebody offered them as an incentive. But I wholeheartedly know that this is something that can be done easily within the 6-month requirement period that they offer us. And all you have to do is put your mind to it and get to work. So with that being said, I wanted to share with you this evening, before I share with you all the goodies. A lot of us came home from the trip and we're just so excited to share with our teams all the things that happened. Let me find it here. We have a leadership Facebook group, incentive trip Facebook group. And so one of the things was, I want to know what some compelling parts of this whole experience for you was. If you've never been, what would totally wow you and really make you want this if someone was sharing with you? So I just thought I would share some of these responses from the women who went on the trip, because their words are so much better than mine. So this is Becky, and she says, "This was my first leadership incentive trip and will not be my last. Not only were we given the opportunity to earn this trip, we are then treated like royalty when we arrive and throughout the entire trip. The attention to detail from home office is simply amazing. It's almost hard to describe to someone until you're here to see it and feel it. It's a vacation in which we swam with dolphins, swam in the ocean, visited the spa more than once, all things we most likely never planned for ourselves if it wasn't for leadership incentive trip." Another person puts, "Friendships you never dreamed about." This is Heather. "Friendships you never dreamed about, experiences you could never think up, and the feeling of utter amazement that you did this." Another one, Stacy Couch, said, "My husband couldn't believe what great people he met. He now gets me and understands when I tell him some of my best friends are from this amazing company. Now that our husbands are friends means even more to me." Let's see. Melissa Wilkinson said, "The part that was most impactful for me is the amount of work and love the home office pours into us for this trip. This trip took so much planning and thought, and to know that they care about us is huge. Not only that, but this is such a great reward for our husbands as well as those who support us." And then one more. Bridget Bishop says, "I love that this trip is achievable. This is not my full-time gig, but I was able to do it. The goals are set to push us, but are well within reach for anyone willing to put effort into their business. I'm still wrapping my head around the idea that I just spent a week in an amazing resort on the beach because I earned it. It makes it much more gratifying." So those are just some words from other ladies who earned the trip. And I just thought maybe that would give you some encouragement as well. It is something that can totally be achieved. We don't know the requirements yet, but they're pretty much usually about the same every year. But right now, just book your October, November, December, January, February, March. Just book your months. Continue to share the opportunity with others, and that will help you once the requirements are set up. So I did have the privilege. I know I shared yesterday a picture of Dawn Brown. Her name used to be Dawn Cleveland. And I was able to, we were actually seated in row 31, believe it or not, on the airplane home from Punta Cana to Atlanta. And if you're not familiar or didn't see my post, Dawn Brown was the 10th consultant to sign up with 31. And she was one of the very first hostesses for our founder, Cindy Monroe. And so as my husband and I approached the back of the plane, I knew exactly who she was because I've seen her on stage. I've heard about her. I've seen her name come through on emails every once in a while. And I sat down next to her and we just started chatting. She was super friendly. She'd asked if we'd enjoyed our trip. And she asked me my name finally, and I told her, and she said, "That name's familiar." And I told her who I had signed up under. And of course she knew our NED, Kim Washington, my sponsor. And that kind of put the connection. And then I said, "You're Dawn Brown, right?" And she said, she's kind of smiled. She said, "Yes." I said, "Okay, I just have to ask, what number are you?" She says, "I'm number 10. So she's number 10. I think out of the 10 consultants that started 31, I think there's only 3 or 4 that are still with 31. So some people just thought they just didn't want to do it, or they didn't want to put forth the effort and the work, and they gave it up. And she said, "Honestly, Dana, if you had told me when I was sitting in Cindy Monroe's house having this conversation of joining and thinking about paying off some debt, I would have never, ever expected 31 to turn into something like this." So her story was something that I just wanted to share with you all tonight. She actually was very gracious to share it with me. She said that Cindy and her and Scott, and then Jenny Hillenberg, who was the very first consultant to ever join 31, all went to church together. They actually, I think she was kind of trying to remember, but she said, I know Scott led the worship band, and she thought all 3 of them were in like the worship they sang together. I don't know. Anyways, she said Cindy had approached her about having a party. At that time, there was no name for the company, but she had one of the Atlanta Mart big catalog things. And so Dawn said, so I decided to host a party for her. At the time, I was selling some Southern Living at Home, I think it was. And she said that, Dana, I had a party, and only two people showed up. 2. And she started laughing. And I said, that makes me feel better when I only have 2 people show up. She goes, it still happens to me. She goes, but my very first party as a 31 consultant, I had 2 people show up. And she goes, I felt so bad because I had invited all these people and no one came. And she said, I was calling people on the phone saying, you got to get over here. I told Cindy I would have these people over and nobody's showing up. And so she said she hosted the party. She didn't think about signing up. She went on about her business. And a few months later, she decided, you know what, maybe I should give this a try. And so she called and got a hold of Cindy and asked her about joining. And at that point, Cindy said, do you want to join under home office or do you want to join under Jenny? And so she joined under Jenny, and the rest is kind of history. And so it's kind of exciting and fun to hear her story and just see her face and realize that we've come so far. And one of the things that stood out to me yesterday when she was talking was, all of our new consultants have it so much easier than what we had it when she first joined, or even when I first joined 6 years ago, because our 31today.com website is incredible. We had no training whatsoever. There was no new consultant guidebook or anything. And she said, yeah, I remember typing in orders in a Word document and faxing them or emailing them in to Cindy and Scott. And she said the very first incentive trip that she went on, it was offered by Cindy herself. And she offered if they added 1 new team member to their team and they had a party or something like that. She couldn't remember the exact details, but she knew that she said that the incentive was they got to go to Cindy's house and have a pedicure and a manicure and a facial and a massage. And so she said they set them up all over the house. And I think the massages were in her daughter Alex's room. And so just a fun thing to hear how the company kind of started and how it was really just women who wanted to make some extra cash. And to look at it now and realize, we've had 1,000 women earn a leadership incentive trip, and where we're going, we're going full speed ahead and seeing all these new girls. I know there's some of you new girls on tonight. So anyways, I was super excited. My husband kind of nudged me and said, ask her all these questions. So I was asking her, I was picking her brain about certain trainings and things like that. And it was just a really thrilling, and I was very blessed to be on the airplane and sitting beside her for about 3.5 hours. So anyways, that was kind of my story. So when we go to these leadership incentive trips, I just kind of want to also tell you that these trips are free, guys. They are free. You don't have to pay one thing out of your pocket unless you want to buy a souvenir or you want to go on some type of excursion. or you want to buy, I mean, the food's all free, but I was craving a Coke, so I spent $3 on a Coke because the resort sold Pepsi or had Pepsi, and I just am not a Pepsi girl. But other than that, you don't have to pay anything. Home office even sends you a $25 or $50 gift card, or this time we got it through our commission check. So that covers your luggage to and from the destination. So it's just like when people say it's free, it's really free. It really is. The other thing is a lot of people want to know about these trips and is there training and all this stuff. And there isn't. It is a vacation. And I have felt so rested. I know my husband feels so rested. We relax every day on the beach. The only thing that we did, and it isn't a requirement, is there's a welcome dinner. But you kind of want to go because usually you get like a gift. So we got a gift at a welcome dinner. Well, they had these. First of all, I don't even think I have them here. They have these fun, colorful beads. Charlene's not on, but she told me to grab the ones that were the Royals colors, so I have them on my neck. And then they gave us a gift, which is a starfish charm. So we got this cute little charm for earning the trip. And then I love that mine says empower. Great is the gift that says, I believe in you. Absolutely love that. And so this was our gift at our welcome banquet that we received. And they also had like little glow sticks and fun party necklace things. And they have it catered and they have a band and there's dancing and drinks. And it's just a really fun time. It was in the middle of the resort. And so that is really the only thing you go to. When you do arrive, there is a welcome, like they have like an appetizer thing in the group lobby. When I walked in, there said Cindy and Scott. So they're there to welcome you and give you a hug and just say congratulations. And you get all of your goodies. So basically you walked in, you told the home office staff that was there what your name was, and then they gave us a bag. So this year we got, mine is stuffed full of stuff, but we got this cute little tote that says Leadership Incentive Trip Dominican. It does zip. So super, super cute. And then inside it, this year they decided to give us all of our amenities at the beginning. We used to get them in our room, but this year I like the fact that we got them all up front so we could use them all week. And so one of the things we also got, and the bracelet didn't come with it, but we got a cute little zipper pouch. Super cute, right? We also received, I have to remember where everything is, name tags, but we really didn't use these at all. We didn't wear them at all, but the little string, whatever this is called, like lanyard, holder, strap, it's cute. So we got name tags. Didn't wear them, but cute. We also received, this thing was fun. It's a cup holder for the sand. So I didn't have to put my cup in the sand. So I just stuck it in the sand and put my Turbis tumbler inside of it. We got a cute little 31 visor. We also received a beach ball, but mine's deflated, but it has the incentive trip. Whoops, that's upside down. Thing on it, so that was fun. We got a t-shirt. Our guest received a t-shirt as well, but ours are in the wash, and we wore them yesterday, so we don't have those. And then we received this cute sarong, which says 31 on it. I don't know if you can see it or not. Super soft. So I love to take these to parties, kind of talk about what I earned and what my customers and hostesses help me earn for free, and so that is something else we received. And then during the week, they walk around, usually with some fun gifts as you're laying on the beach or at the pool. So I got a couple of fun Frisbees. I got a couple of hair ties, and we may have missed one day because we went fishing. So that's pretty much the gift portion. Oh, and then we also received this. In our room, we did receive one gift one night, and this is a little photo album. And it had a little card sitting on our bed saying, use this to fill with your favorite pictures from the trip. So they have little vendors that came. They had a market. This is supposed to be a bracelet or a necklace. I don't know. Anyways, it's not from home office, but we were walking around one night and some guy tried to sell us a bunch of stuff. So really, it's just an amazing trip with free food, free drink, free beach, free pool. And so next year it's going to be a cruise to the Bahamas. And so it's going to be on a Royal Caribbean cruise ship with one night in Florida, I believe. I don't know the dates. Excuse me, I'm yawning. I don't know any of that, but it's going to be amazing. And I know my husband and Charlene's husband and Julianne's husband and then Sarah. And I know she talked to Chris. Chris didn't get to go with her this time, but we're all working towards it. And we had so much fun together that we can't wait to add more of you into the mix next year. So there's no requirement for team dinners. You'll see pictures like Charlene was posting tonight of all of us and how we were eating together. But honestly, we just enjoy each other's friendship. Some of us went deep sea fishing and really had a great time together. And we hung out on the beach together. It was not required. There's people who stay in, their room and have a romantic week with their spouse or significant other. And some people decide to go hang at the pool and have a chat with a bunch of 31 leaders or friends or just hang out by themselves. And then there's others who like to hang out with each other. So for me, I was loving the beach so much that I was not going to go poolside. There's been some trips where I love to hang out with other 31 leaders and kind of pick their brain about their business. But I was really in need of a vacation. And so I really use this as a time to just calm my mind and just relax. And so, and it's, you know what, guys, it's just incredible. Like, I want everyone to experience this. It's amazing. So that's kind of like a recap. I don't know. It was a beach every day. We'd go eat lunch. We'd go back to the beach. My husband would go back to the room and take a nap. I would walk around at some of the shops in the resort. And then I would come back to the room. I would take a shower and we would go out to dinner that night. It was literally, that was our whole week. And so I'm a little bit tanned and a little bit, I didn't get fried, but the sunscreen, it kind of broke me out. So I'm all swollen. But other than that, it was the best trip ever. So I can't wait till the requirements come out for you all to find out about it, because I want you all to experience what we were able to experience, because it is truly an amazing gift. And when you're able to take one of your loved ones or one of your friends with you, it's an even more enjoyable experience. So, questions about the trip? Whew. Next week is when we'll find out. I kind of went a little bit overboard with it, but it was amazing. I want y'all to experience it. Okay, so I told you we're going to have some time for Q&A. So if you've got your Q&A, get ready to unmute yourself or put them in the chat box here in a minute. The final thing I wanted to share with you is if you are a new consultant or you have a new consultant that's joined under you, starting tomorrow, I'm creating a group called Pink Box Academy. And this is going to be for anyone in our Sparkling Stars lineage that is in their first 120 days of as a consultant. And so as we add new team members to our team, they will be added to this Pink Box Academy. It will be monitored and ran by myself and a few of our leaders within the lineage. And we are going to be encouraging them and helping them achieve their 4 levels of Start Swell. It's something that we plan to use as a celebration for them, but also to help them get ideas and help them feel encouraged and connected right off the bat as soon as they join. So if there's some of you, I know a few of you that are new on this call tonight, you'll be receiving an invitation to join this group tomorrow at some point. And it's going to be a really beneficial thing for all of our new girls. So it's called the Pink Box Academy. It's actually something that Dawn Brown shared with me that she's doing with her new girls, and I love the idea so much, I decided to come home and implement it right away. So that is something that I'm doing. One other thing I thought I would share with you, if you are setting up Facebook events on Facebook, obviously, or just events, invitations through Facebook, something that I started before I left for the trip, and it's really working well on the one I just started today because I did it a little bit differently. And I'll show you here. Let me show you. I gotta share my screen first. Something that I've started doing is I actually create the Facebook event, and then I have a Google form that I'm having them fill out to kind of tell me about themselves. But on the Google form, there's a place to request that shares with them that I want them to join my VIP group. So when I create the Facebook event, I put the description in it, and then I put this little thing about, please fill out this form. You'll be entered to win the grand prize. The grand prize is just like a fun nail file and a pen. It's nothing extravagant, but I build it up saying that. And because I create the event, put the description, put this little thing with the form, and I leave it all day until the evening when I'm ready to post. I've had people requesting to join my VIP group today more than I've ever had before because I didn't post a bunch of other posts. So I thought I would share with you kind of what I'm doing, okay? Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, so hopefully you can see my screen. So this is the one that I just started today. We're running it today through Sunday. So for the next few days, I'm going to be posting some posts, once in the morning, once in the afternoon, once in the evening. So about 3 times per day. On Thursday, I'm actually going to go live on this event during the evening time. But I thought I would show you. So I kind of use a picture, whatever. I make the name kind of catchy, and I always call it something with the hostess's name because I want the hostess's name to be up there, even though it shows that she's the hostess too. The other thing that I did is I put the description. So I just said she's having an online party. I do this for my home parties too, though, so don't think that I'm not doing this for everyone. I put the link to the catalog and then how they can find the party to shop. I didn't put the actual shopping link yet. I just put that they can go to that and then click under my scheduled parties. Then the very first post I do is this post right here. So it says, hello, new and old friends. I hope y'all are just as excited I am about this new catalog and the chance to see some brand new items. I cannot wait to share all of the fun with you girls and see what you love the most. I do want to let you know that even though this is an online party, there will be a grand prize given at the end of the event. And your first chance at getting an entry is through this super easy survey. When you take 1 minute to fill it out, you earn your chance at the grand prize. Trust me when I say that it is good, and you'll want to have a chance at winning it. Thank you for filling it out. I cannot wait to party with you. So basically, this takes them to the survey or the form that I've created. And so let me show you down here. The form says, I love meeting and getting to know new friends, and I'd love for you to join my fun group. So this link is what they click on, and then it takes them to my VIP group. Then they request to join my VIP group, and I've been adding new members today. So that's something new that I just started, and it's actually working really well, so I thought I would share with you. This party that I have going on is actually a customer of mine for a couple of years. But I know some of her friends no longer have 31 consultants, and so they are requesting to join, and they're filling out the form. Like she posted, the hostess, that she's wanting to stock up on large inserts. I've also let her know, let me share with you, that, you know, some tips, just some quick top 10 tips that I don't want her to invite more than 50 people. Now she invited 65. But I'm not going to be too stringent on it because 65 is an out of control crazy number. But I want her to post welcome and get excited about the event. So she just started doing that about an hour ago. That I wanted to make sure her guests want to hear from her. They don't want to just hear from me. And so then this evening I went in and I posted a little bit about me, and remind them to fill out the survey, and remind them that I'm available anytime. I encourage you to post a picture of you or your family so that the people at your party, just like I would talk about myself and my spouse at my parties at home. At a home party, I do the same at a Facebook party. And then the other thing is, that's the Canada special, I just realized. Whoops. Is I post a video with the customer special, but I just realized it's the wrong one. So, and then I have a question, so I need to answer that. So that's something that I've just started doing, but I thought I would share with you. So let me stop sharing. Okay, so what questions do you guys have? You can unmute yourself or you can type in the chat box. I'll sing a song for you. Don't be afraid. There's no bad questions. I'm an open book. It can be about anything. I obviously need to go on to this event when I'm done and fix what I've messed up. Oh, Christy, I've totally talked about it at the beginning, but 31-minute calls are, they're 31 minutes. So they're 31 minutes. They're training calls that home office is running, and they are provided actually by other leaders within the company. So they ask them to train on anything from topics about hosting parties to bookings to recruiting and things like that. I sure can, Christine. This is one of the very first things that I'm going to be talking about in the Pink Academy. So absolutely. Yes, ma'am. And the 31-minute calls will be recorded, so they're really great. Absolutely. Other questions? Everybody wants to go on a cruise now, right? I would never have gone anywhere. I was like, I hadn't taken my husband on a trip in 3 years because he wasn't able to go the past couple of years. So this was a much needed vacation. We've not vacationed at all for 3 years. Yeah, I want you to go, Christine. So it was much needed. And I'll tell you, girls, like, he appreciated my hard work. So I got a big thank you yesterday because it was amazing. Amazing. And my sister's experience too. I was able to take her a couple of years ago, and she was like, what? I don't have to pay for anything. I was like, nope, because I earned it for a trip for 2, and she was able to go with me. I want to go, but nowhere. Oh, Christy, maybe you never know, you might come up with something. So don't just not do it because of that. That's right. That's right. Any other questions, guys? I'm so glad you guys were able to join me tonight. Sorry, I'm a little bit of a zombie, but it was an hour ahead too in the Dominican. So like it would be 10:49 my bedtime there. And I was in my room usually by 10. I'm not a late owl, so we're not night owls. We didn't party all night. All right, girls. Well, I don't see any other questions. So if you think of anything, let me know. This is recorded, so you can go back and watch things. And I promise there will be more training next week. And then look out for the Pink Academy. So great suggestions on how to recruit. Yeah. Well, I think the biggest thing, too, is we will be talking about that in the Pink Academy, Pink Box Academy. But my biggest tip right now is just to share your excitement. Especially for you like Christine who's new. I love to share. I'm always on fire when I come back on something like this, or I've earned some kind of incentive, or I've reached some kind of something in 31. It's something that I love to share with people. And people are like, what? Wait a second. What's she doing? How's she getting these free products? How's she doing this? And so I would just say share your excitement with others. It's not necessarily asking people to join right away, but it's just having those conversations. When I did first start with 31 6 years ago, I was very open and honest with my friends and family that I was on a mission to promote. And so I was looking for women to join my team. That was me. I was not shy about it. I just let people know, and I told them that I would reward referrals. And so I did that through giving either a free gift certificate or not free, but giving gift certificates to them to use at a later date. Or I also gave away some free products if they had someone who decided to join. So it wasn't necessarily asking the people around me, but it's asking for those referrals too. But I say my biggest thing is when you start sharing what you love about 31 and people can see how genuine and authentic you are about why you love 31, that's when the recruiting will truly happen. you have to be in a spot where you're comfortable just sharing why you love it. And so whether that's the free products or the sisterhood or whatever the case may be, for me, I love it. Like, people can see my enthusiasm in my videos, on my team, or on my customer group. They can see that through things that I do on a Facebook event. In both that's why I love videos, because people can hear my voice and see my face and know that I'm super excited about something. And so that's also why I love home parties so much, is because I love to talk about it at home parties. And so, share what you love, and you never know who might be interested. And if you know, like, you can talk about me at any point. Not saying you need to talk about me, but I used to talk about Kim all the time and say, Kim went on this trip and Kim did this, and share with them that I'm working towards some of those same goals for this next year. Because, it's when you can connect, because there's some people who are just going to want to join for a discount. There's some people who are going to want to join to earn a free trip. There's some people who want to join because they need extra cash to pay off some debt or pay for some bills that they have that have built up. So we all can't relate to all of those things, but when you can share other stories that and help relate that. So, when I'm at a party or I'm on Facebook and I am watching somebody who's looking to do a fundraiser, or I know someone who's looking for a side job, those kind of things stayed out to me. And those are the type of people that I would probably reach out to. Not necessarily like, hey, I saw you need a fundraiser, or a fundraiser is kind of easy because you would just ask them to host a fundraiser. Or just brainstorm with them, hey, have you ever thought of a 31 fundraiser? But for somebody who's looking for a little side money, I'd be like, hey, I just started this 31 thing, and it is working out really well for me. And I didn't know if you would ever be interested in something like this, but I'd love to sit down with you and chat with you about it, or chat with you and my sponsor, or you and my director, and have those conversations. Don't ever think that myself or any leader that's in this group or on this team wouldn't be able to, or wouldn't be willing to have those conversations with others too, because we all want to support every single one of you. So hopefully, it's long-winded. Well, I appreciate your honesty, Christy. The GoFundMe sites, though, they charge. Like, that, they're not free. And the thing is like, with a lot of the fundraisers, the best fundraisers that I've found are schools, daycares, animal shelters, any kind of like groups, like PTA groups, soccer groups. I'm doing a dance team right now, and I'm supposed to pick up a packets on Friday, but they've been ordering like crazy online. And those, like, it's those type of groups. Like I said, I know I've shared this before, is I don't do a lot of the cancer chemo bags or anything like that, because I just don't have really great, it's not something that is comfortable to me to do. But I do love to support like classrooms and groups and things like that. And so it's almost like reaching out to those people who have sports groups and things, because I guarantee you the sports groups or those cheer groups or dance groups or class group, like I have a junior class that I'm working with, or I guess they're seniors now, but those type of groups, no, they're juniors, sorry. The seniors just graduated. I've worked with two different kids levels anyways. They love it because they don't have to sell like candy bars and things like that. So, and it's those type of groups that I would be like, hey, I know you're the class sponsor, or I know you sponsor soccer or dance, or I know your kid is in baseball. Have you guys picked your fundraisers for the fall? I didn't know if you knew about 31. And the thing is, when you say that, they're going to be like, 31. And then that's when we as 31 consultants have to let them know how simple and easy it is. Because once they do it once and realize how simple and easy a fundraiser is, I promise you, they will want to do it again. Because the fundraisers that I'm currently doing, they've done it for the last 4 years. Because we make it easy for them. It's way too easy for them to make money. And so those are the type of things where I'm like, I do all the work. I bag all the products for the kids. I tag them. I pay them all out with a check. All they have to do is sell it and get it picked up. So Paddle auction, best way to maximize exposure of your business. Well, Christine, good question. I've never done a paddle auction, so I'm not sure. I'm assuming you have to donate something for the auction. Is that probably right? I'm guessing. If so, do you get to set up a table at the event? So yes, you have to donate something. Okay. I would say probably your best exposure is at the table before the actual auction begins is my guess. So setting up some of your products. You might ask if anybody's done a paddle auction on our group. Martha may have. I honestly haven't, but I would probably just, if the thing is if I donate anything for any kind of auction, I definitely stick my catalog in there, my business card, a little thank you note, and a little bit of information on how they can get a hold of me. So that would be a way to do something like that in an auction, okay? So that's my donation part, but then at the table, I would, make sure and, have extra catalogs or cards to pass out to people. I don't know if they let you do any kind of like door prize. They probably don't. But you might just have even like a sheet of paper that says join my mailing list, or stay up to date with outlet sales and news and events, and then have them sign with their name and their email and a way to contact them. So you at least have some kind of way that you can get some people's information. Okay, you got the lead from Martha? Yeah, I would probably ask also on the Facebook group though too. But I would find out a little bit more about the event though. So I would just ask those type of things like, am I allowed to do any kind of giveaway to capture people's information? Because sometimes they don't allow you to do that. And so that makes it a little bit trickier. Sorry, I'm not much help on that one. Miss Tamara, how do I choose my vendor events? Do you do everyone you come across? What's the most you would pay? She's kind of getting burned out of vendor events lately because of low or no attendance. Sorry. Thirsty. Okay. I'm very picky on my vendor events. That is complete honest and truth. I have the same 3 that I do every year that I will always do because I've had really great success at them. If I run across one that comes across my desk or an email or something like that, I usually ask how long it's been going on, and I look at the cost. If the cost is under $50, I will typically do it. If it's over $50, I'm very cautious, and then I want more details about the cost of the event. So no, I do not do every single one that comes across, just because I try and do, I don't want to fill up my calendar so much with events that I don't have any time for parties, if that makes sense. Now, November is an exception. I have 2 in November. So that pretty much takes up every Saturday, because then I have something else going on another Saturday. So I've got every Saturday doing something. I would say the most I would pay for an event is probably $100. That's me. I've paid, when I first started with 31, I did one of the Just For Her events, and I paid, I think, $250, and I did not get the return on it. So it wasn't worth it to me to ever spend that much money again. I have gotten burned out of vendor events too. I think the thing though with vendor events, and this is something that I would encourage you all to do, is if you find one, I love the smaller ones sometimes better than the big ones, just because I can make more of a connection with the vendors that are there, because you never know who's there that might need 31 in their life, right? So one of the things that I would want to do is make a connection with the other vendors there, because normally most of the vendors there need a large utility tote. So I'm going to look at that avenue instead. I've done plenty of vendor events where we've had maybe 10 people show up. So don't think that I haven't done that. It's just I've still tried to make, If I go to an event and I realize that attendance is going to be super low, then I'm going to do my darndest to make connections with every single vendor that is there and find out what events that they have done that have been truly successful. That, I would say, would be my biggest tip with vendor events. And that's how I found the ones that I do every single year now, the same ones. And it's because of my Mary Kay lady and my Scentsy gal, and they have really, they will tell me whether something's good with that's worked for them and something that's bad that's worked for them. And then I pick and choose that way. So if you can make some friends with some people who are really successful in other direct sales or network marketing businesses and have done really great at events, then I would be asking them, okay, what's working? What events do you love to do? Because there's plenty of amazing, fabulous events out there. And even like at a paddle auction, Christine, I would say too, is that I would just, don't look at just the people that are walking by. Think of all the people that are there who have paid for a table too. They may need 31 too. So that would be one of my biggest tips for that. I typically choose mine. It's either because of location. I love to go away from the area to do an event. That would be another tip that I have is, if you don't, most of you probably know, but I'm from Northwest Missouri, from a very small town. And so I love to go and do events up there, just because there aren't a lot of 31 consultants up there. And so I have a good customer base where I'm from. I also am willing to travel anywhere. So if somebody, I used to live in New Jersey. If somebody told me about an event in New Jersey, I would go to New Jersey and I would do it absolutely in a heartbeat. If somebody said, hey, come down to Springfield, we need a 31 event person, and it sounds like a great event, I would totally do that. I know my Scentsy person does the same thing. She travels to Lake of the Ozarks. She travels all over because that way it builds up your customer base and it builds up your hostess base. And some people say, well, I don't want to book a party that's 4 hours away. Okay, but really, if you have a party once that is 4 hours away, maybe that hostess would flip and become a consultant because there's no consultant in that area. So those are kind of the things I look at when I'm doing an event. Yeah, I may have to make a sacrifice the first couple of times. But the reality is I may have a whole other customer base, or I may create a team somewhere else that there's no 31 person there. Like I have a customer base that is in Leon, Iowa. I can't remember how far it is. It's like 2.5 hours. She was a home office lead. She did not want to sign up. Her friends did not want to sign up. And she's one of my Hostess of the Month girls. And she's hosting this month. And it's because I was willing to go up there. If she told me about an event up there, I would be up there in a heartbeat because no one sells in that area. So those are the type of things. I don't necessarily just look at the local. I look all over. I hope that answers it. Second Saturday, I did a giveaway of a drawstring bag, but got 25 leads. Yeah, I'm not sure what the question is. You gave a drawstring and got 25 leads. I think, the thing is I don't care if I get 2 solid leads from an event. That could be more successful than getting 100 people that just filled out a form and they didn't mark anything that they're interested in. So to me, those 2 solid leads are better. But that's just me and my personal opinion. Everybody has a different opinion of an event. But I also look at, I want to be building connections with other people, because the more you can build connections with other people in this industry and find out, and I'm not talking the people that just sell Scentsy once a year. I'm talking about the people that are truly doing this for a business. Or a side business, and they're doing events, they're familiar, they have a good solid customer base. Those are the people I want to connect with because they know the ins and outs of events. Makes sense? No, not all events. Yes, good point, Christine. Yeah, absolutely. Not all events have to cost. Exactly. There are some that are totally free, which is amazing. I don't do a lot of free events, but and there's a lot of places that need vendors. Like I'm doing one for a church this is one I'm doing because it costs, I'll tell you, it cost $65. But she sent me the cutest little note in the mail. Though she called me Macy, not Tracy. Dana Macy. Dana, thank you so much for being a vendor. May God bless you richly. And she said, Anya's mom. So it's a teacher that's here in Liberty, but she called me Dana Macy. Isn't that cute? So anyways, I'm doing it on October the 1st. It's from 6 to 8:30 p.m. It did cost $65, but it's a new group of people that I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. It's for a church down, I don't even know where the church is at, somewhere downtown Kansas City. And so I'm willing to try it out just because I really like the girl that I'm working with. And it's a new group of people that are going to be there for a church thing. And so I was like, I'm going to try this for $65. So sometimes I take a risk. I didn't ask if this was their first event. I just know that I really like this girl. I think she would be a great person to have on our team, but she just kind of wants to host right now. So I'm just trying to make connections. So, but they do not all have to cost. I kind of just weigh my options. Like if I can get my foot in the door with a whole new group of people for an event and become their 31 consultant, I'm totally going to do it for $65 just because it gets my name out there. But there's some I know vendor events are hit and miss, but don't give up on them because you could get one really amazing hostess from one of these events. So, but look at the vendors too. Sorry, long-winded girls. I hope this helped. Any other questions? And I would say too, don't feel like, I know I did the tip of giving a gift certificate away. I know Christine said she gave a drawstring bag. If you have a free product, give it away, but you don't have to. Kim Washington does a lot of a free girls' night out, and she just offers who wants a free girls' night out with shopping at bags, boutique, and booze. I don't think she calls it booze though. I think she calls it something else. I'm just trying to think of something that starts with a B. But she does a free girls' night out shopping experience. And they enter to win that because she provides the appetizers. So you could give that away. Can I show how I mounted my calendars on the wall? I have the little Velcro strips. The little, whatever they're called. The pull tabs. Whatever those things are called. I don't know what they're called. The 3M pull tab things. So I totally understand. My husband, when he redid this office, wanted me to put nothing on the wall, and it's completely filled. Because we'll have to fill the nail holes someday when we move, which will probably be about a year from now. But a girl's got to live. So that's what I say. No problem. All right, girls. Well, it is 10:10, so I'm going to hang up here. I'm going to get to bed. But lots of stuff going on. I love that you all joined me, and I look forward to continuing to celebrate you and chat with you next week. Have a fabulous evening. Bye.